Right, guys, welcome. Good evening. Of course, our best football tactical pre-match, post-match analysis channel. Our YouTube out here. We all know, say Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. It's another Friday. Thank God it's Friday. But yeah, bro, an overlook of all the pre-match press conferences. Enzo Maresca heading come on about the two goalkeepers. Nienti obe keep back on Nienti on drop Robert Sanchez. Why would Enzo Maresca say Onyan drop Robert Sanchez? What is the update with Chelsea? Set for a striker. Now I was thinking because Alvaro Morata Ebeko Tima, your friend of Galatasaray, to leave way for Chelsea to trigger a move for a brand friend of Victor Osimhen, but another option has been open in a brand friend Evan Ferguson. Of course, this weekend matches be for all of the games and all of the competitions in team. Again, sending the on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube team in Atanasi and on the well selected research codes at the amount and then the better journal. The 100 plus odds for the weekend. 100 plus odds for the weekend. And the Yaki boom and the amount and then you watch Saturday the name Kwambeba. Not Sunday, the answer but on Sunday, but any 100 plus odds for the weekend. Inti so we investor, not so person trap bet then this is it for you. The 100 plus odds no for the weekend. 15F8B1AF, and it's in the description of the video. Just go copy it. Of course, don't subscribe to the channel now, Michelle. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So I click on the link. Thank you very much. Baz on Fiifi-Manfred. Thank you very much. Share link. Subscribe to the channel. Not turn on notification. Now make sure say notification turn over to you all. Send me anytime your content ever drop. We'll have you we are first to have it on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Where do we start from? Yendi Chelsea in common. Yendi Chelsea in common starting. And now Yendi come for Frana. In common Ben Ausha. Yeah, fan start here. I say Chelsea the and I say, come on for where do we start from? Chelsea, non-Chelsea, non-Chelsea. Okay, let us start and see like we've always been doing over there. Still, Matthias Tel. Then starting with the breaking news that ever in just the last few minutes. No, it's the fact say Obekaya. Me catch one of power. He say I brought your friend Matthias Tel. Na Torian Mospe, and I show the keen's interest in him. Now, I explained to you over here this morning, said Matthias Tel decided, said Onenebusia Fobedin Komo, and that is where he was going to make a decision. Now, from Energy to today, Torian was before sporting director, your friend Daniel Levy, has been in Munich, and in there, the plan is to try and convince Matthias Tel to join him our Torian Mospe, because Torian for a lot of injuries, especially in attack. Most of our players in here prepare recently. Domenico Solanke, Epra, El Honam. So it's affecting the team and they want to beef up. Obekaya, Ange Postecoglou, our young manager, and they speak after their last game out, said they will try and find some solutions in the transfer window. Because the last game, boy in the Europa League, the young players from the academy and the boy in Torian Fon were struggling. I don't think Daniel Levy was in Munich to try and wait for the answer from my branch friend Matthias Tel. Like I told you, Matthias decided to go and speak with his family, his entourage, and his agent to try and arrive at a conclusion as to club uncle. But the breaking news is that Chelsea ain't a breakthrough with Matthias Tel. Chelsea ain't a breakthrough with Matthias Tel. Breakthrough no anything. A branch friend Matthias Tel had told Torian Mospe said he won't play for Torian Mospe. We refuse Torian Mospe. And the reason is simple. Opetima, yes, Opeso playing time, baby. But Torian team ain't stable and dejected. Into Obabebo, it's still going to be stressful. He wants to go into an environment that's more competitive. Obega gave me the body. But their tendencies and structures of winning games now, he favors more of a loan deal. Chelsea for a permanent transfer for a branch friend Matthias Tel. Makacho said he is a player that is a left winger, but essentially gets goals. So he's a goal scoring winger, and that's the kind of profile Enzo Maresca Asher for a long time our Chelsea Football Club, and that's exactly what was happening with Matthias Tel. He has turned down Tottenham Hotspur for sporting director IFN Daniel Levy. In the meeting, Daniel Levy and it was just a 35-minute meeting according to Sky Germany. I'm gonna say the meeting didn't keep long, and once Matthias Tel went into a hotel, a restaurant in Munich city center to meet Abrantia, your friend Daniel Levy as a sporting director and representative for Tottenham Hotspur, or like many reasons why your pet or stability, a club where he will get consistent play time, a club that's more stable for him to perform and play well. And you realize that Tottenham Hotspur team are in a very difficult space. He is not in a frame of mind. There will be too much pressure on him as a young boy, just 19 years of age. Osha, M1 career trajectory. Inti Abrantia, your friend Matthias Tel has said no to team my friend Tottenham Hotspur. And it be the kind of whim, because he has literally given Chelsea a breakthrough. Nipa or this guy Ekoye was Tottenham Hotspur. We're talking about this morning because Tottenham phone at 60 million euros, and on the call for buying for so much for a branch of friend Matthias Tel. International Chelsea phone a little bit worried. After 3 days, the transfer window in Europe, Italy, and most of those places in Europe will end on the 3rd or 4th of February. It's time kakra for a last minute swoop over there. Now, what is going on in say? Now, immediately that happened, Chelsea news says it's a big deal for them because the Tottenham made 60 million Korea. Oko Bayern will expect you to pay for more if you want Matthias Tel on loan over there. Now that Tel has turned down Tottenham Hotspur, it gives Chelsea the slight advantage. Still, Aston Villa are in the conversation for Brentford friend Matthias Tel. Still, Manchester United are also there for Matthias Tel. For United, I've said it several times that he fits how United would want to play, as more or less like an inside 10, close to the second striker. Inside, Matthias Tel is an excellent player in that regard. And he moves like a striker. He has the instincts of a striker. He is more direct like as a striker. So definitely is the kind of player that you get more from in Manchester United than anywhere. But Chelsea also do want goals. And yesterday I was in a juxtaposition of a branch friend Rodrigo Gosh to a branch your friend Matthias Tel. And then really it's about Rodrigo Goes' finishing, and in the final third decision, or yet better than almost every winger in the game currently. When you compare him to Bradley Barca, compare him to Brentford Ferdinand, Madueke, and all of these guys, they don't come close to the decision making of a Brentford friend Rodrigo Gosh in there, and that's the level where almost every club wants to get to. But the good one, and it's a Brentford friend Matthias Tel, according to Sky Germany, any player to go, he has said no to Tottenham Hotspur because he really wants to go in and then fight for a place. Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Villa are all in contact as it stands now. He refused Tottenham Hotspur. Talks with other Premier League clubs now do continue over there. Difficult one in there for Tottenham Hotspur because they really wanted to get a branch here. Your friend of Matthias Tel over there. And then Ranajo and Daniel Levy, our team, your friend of our mini chrome on them to try and seal a deal for a branch here friend of Matthias Tel. Now away from Matthias Tel, Brighton and Hove Albion they put out a very, very good striker. Now he moves just like a Liam Delap or Premier League experience. They call him the Irish Haaland, or your big, bulky, combative, tall, good finisher, killer in the box, ball separation. Every metric that you used to judge a modern day centre forward now. Abrantia, your friend Evan Ferguson. He was at Brighton and Hove Albion. Now he is not getting playing time because Abrantia friend Joao Pedro is playing very well, and Joao Pedro is getting a lot of the playing time, and it's affecting Abrantia, your friend Evan Ferguson. Now, what is happening is that because this thing is going on, because Evan Ferguson ain't Inya and lots of playing time, because Evan Ferguson has struggled, Brighton finally decided to say they'll allow him and put him on transfer into whether permanent or on loan. And a lot of the clubs in Germany asked of him. But in there, Enzo Maresca pre-match press conference, he alluded to the need for a striker being and only a meeting. In that meeting, Enzo Maresca again spoke about a centre forward. Okacho said, oh, he has centre forward on the team. Centre forward that's a little bit similar to Brentia, your friend Nicholas Jackson, but also gets the job done in the same way Nicholas Jackson gets the job done. Omo Bisano about the young striker, your friend of McGill, and they asked him, say, is McGill fit to go in and do the job at Chelsea? And I say, McGill there. Oh yeah, Jumani, he was fit even for the game against Manchester City, but then still, it's going to take some time. Say McGill is going to be the full number one in terms of what he gets for them over there. In terms of what he gives to them, our team in the community, or especially how things are going to go with Abrantia, your friend McGill, and all of the conversations over there. It's very, very important in the way to see how all of those things go on, and the conversations around McGill, and of course the conversation around the kind of football on Pesomo. But of course, the main conversation is about how Abrantia, your friend Evan Ferguson, ever joined. It's an LT Enzo Maresca. One of the things that he said into the difference between Chelsea and Manchester City in the last game, was just what happened in both boxes. Chelsea were not clinical in their box thereabouts, and it was a big deal over the Sobekaya. Aston Villa asked for Abrantia, your friend Axel De Sassi from Chelsea, but there are two options from them. According to Fabrice Hawkins, I said along for player your friend Kevin Danso, on the ball, I think Switzerland, a player Aston Villa for now inching closer to Chelsea. Axel De Sassi, a plan B for Chelsea, but Chelsea for now are not too huge on it. Strange to see that some people are against checking Abrantia friend Ferguson on loan. I think we aren't going to sign any striker this January, and I said it several times. Chelsea ain't signing a striker this January, but they are looking for opportunities. Abrantia friend Evan Ferguson or Baba Chelsea, it's going to be on a loan deal, pure loan deal, and it's a great short-term measure for Abrantia friend Evan Ferguson. I've said it several times. Social Chelsea has our profile in the box, physical, combative, aggressive. Our box team to the bit say heading, Chelsea can spam in some crosses and see if he can win some area doors and get goals from there. Then at some point in time, you can play Nicholas Jackson off the left and then play him off him. It's going to do a very, very good combination for Chelsea, but it's not going to be a permanent. It's going to be a dry loaner. Chelsea will assess him and see if it's going to be on. I think that he suits Chelsea profile. No more share our money in terms of centre forward and loan. What Chelsea need for now to the summer. Like I told you in that meeting between Enzo Maresca and then the sporting directors meeting, what was clear, and he said sporting directors they catch on. So the players that they want for Chelsea, in terms of centre forward, are not available on the market in January, and that's it's only possible that they get those players only in the short term on loan. I will still take the lap over him, so on loan is a no-brainer. I think Chelsea aren't going to sign any main striker in January. Chelsea could make a late swoop for Evan Ferguson, the Brighton striker who they have tracked ever since he broke through, is available either on loan or permanently in the closing days of January, and we'll wait to see what happens with Abrantia, your friend Evan Ferguson. Anyhow, Chelsea may possibly go in there and go and get him for Brighton and Hove Albion, because there's a different style of play of a centre forward about Chelsea team, and that's exactly what Enzo Maresca has been asking the sporting directors now for. We'll wait to see if that deal is going to be done or not for Chelsea Football Club over there, any top club over there. We'll wait to see how transfer conversation will echo. Enzo Maresca in there, and on the pre-match press conference, Kasimbi, it was worrying to almost everybody. Enzo Maresca say, he was asked about his two goalkeepers. First of all, first question will be Sani said, is he going to call Kepa Arrizabalaga back on the team? Maresca said there be absolutely not. He is not going to call Abrantia friend Kepa Arrizabalaga, and who he has over for Kepa Arrizabalaga. But what he wants to do, and he said, the two goalkeepers, he has to make a decision on them for Monday game, against team a friend of West Ham United. Or see, we have two goalkeepers, we can make some different decisions. It doesn't mean that Robert can make a mistake every game and stay in goal. I'm talking about the two goalkeepers and what he wants to do with them in terms of players, what they can do or what they cannot do. He spoke about the fact of Chelsea. One of the biggest problems that Chelsea are facing in the last few weeks has been the absence of a Abrantia friend Wesley Fofana and Ombisano. So we're losing West, who has been a key player, has been a big moment. At least Maresca is no longer saying Sanchez is number one. But then again, he wasn't clear on if we're dropping and us on dropping. We'll wait on Monday before we can see Enzo Maresca and give Mark is improving a lot. To be honest, day after day, he is more ready for this sort of game. Sometimes the decision is because sometimes I see something good and sometimes not. So that's exactly what we do. Maresca on field game plan against City. I see two ways for me. One way, you drop and give them possession, wait and be lucky and win the game or draw. The other way is to be aggressive and be brave. You have to accept it can happen when they have Ederson, who is good with long range. Haaland is who is top. I always prefer my team to be brave. And talking about the fact that here, maybe Chelsea against Manchester City, Chelsea drop a line, no go a little bit deeper, no allow Man City to come through and then they'll catch them on the break. But he's saying that he wants his teams to be very, very deep over the unbesan about transfers, or say unbesan about injuries, or say still Baliashile, Westy, and your brand friend Romeo Lavia, Penepra, all of the other players are fit and they are there playing. And for me, Romeo Lavia injury worries me a lot because Romeo Lavia never used to get injured when it was at Manchester City or even Southampton. That whole season in Southampton went brother. It was at the end of the season as an ankle injury started say about and he had to deal with it. Before then, Romeo Lavia was never getting injured. But all of a sudden, Romeo Lavia baby drew Chelsea last season and then injuries after injuries after injuries after injuries consistently for Chelsea. And it's not good at all for Brentford and Romeo Lavia. And he did mention, say, still Romeo out injured. On possible transfer moves, and Maresca say you can expect players arriving and players leaving. If it is like this in the moment, I don't know about the players leaving and arriving. New injuries, Maresca says apart from Fofana, Leva, and Baliashile, the rest are okay, according to Maresca, over there in terms of what he wants to do. I mean, in preparation for Chelsea game on Monday against your friend West Ham United, no, that's exactly what has gone on with Enzo Maresca and in the month here over there. Breaking Manchester City for started talks with Porto and the ex-Barcelona midfielder Nico Gonzalez over there. Manchester City for up a midfielder Robert Fiifi-Manfred and we'll see how it goes. If Man City pay Nico Gonzalez 60 million clause, Barca for 24 million. Marcus Rashford to Barcelona almost off. Marcus Rashford prefers to move to Barca or else he will stay at Manchester United. It will take a lot of convincing for him to consider offers from Premier League clubs such as Aston Villa. Barca's financial issues make things complicated. And it's Marcus Rashford to Barcelona complicated because like we all know, Barca just arrived at 1:1. And he said if any player be a Bebema, they would have to try and sell a player. And that's exactly what David Austin explained earlier in the day. And as a Rashford deal has reached a deadlock and Barcelona is close to pulling out of the race. English forward is very unlikely to become a Barca player, although there were new contacts. But everything has become complicated when it comes to Marcus Rashford to team my friend FC Barcelona. Rashford Epediono, of course, Abrentia team my friend FC Barcelona for Enzo Epediono. But it looks as if it's going to be a really, really difficult one for team my friend FC Barcelona in this one. Madrid this weekend airborne against team your friend of Espanyol. Barcelona believe the sign of Marcus Rashford is highly unlikely due to FFP regulations. Of new assistance now, it's going to go on the same way I started season. Marcus Rashford will not stay at Manchester United, and it's difficult for him to get other clubs from other. Mbappe has been awarded La Liga Player of the Month of January with December, I think. Mbappe has been awarded La Liga Player of the Month, and I think it's a good one for the Madrid for getting back at it. Vinicius Jr. Spoke about his FIFA best player. So Cristiano Ronaldo has scored 451 goals, more goals than games, and I've been able to see almost all of his goals. I've watched him since I was a child. Cristiano and R9 are my idols. They have shaped a historic era, and I can follow in their footsteps. Making history at this club is very important to me, and I hope I can continue at Real Madrid for many more years. That's Abrantia, your friend of Vinicius Jr. over there talking about it. Madrid for a bomb game against him, your friend Espanyol. Mario if he's a Champions League draw number, and Madrid are going to face him, your friend FC Manchester City. Guys, this is where we draw the curtain on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So take care. See you. Bye-bye.